song. Now let's go!
Welcome into a Friday edition of Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We are live from the Lee Company studios I'm at my house. Wade, are you at the office?
I'm at unknown
from parts
location.
Unknown.
Parts unknown, yeah. That'll come into play later, I guess, maybe, right?
Probably so. So Wade coming to you from parts unknown. We can't tell you where he's at. It's a secret and surprise. But yes, what a weekend we have ahead, and we've got a lot to get into today. So much so that we don't even have a second guess. Like we're gonna make sure to get into all of the goodness that is coming up this weekend. There's plenty of it to talk about, and we are going to do that here momentarily. We'll talk with Nashville Sounds General Manager Adam English. They got a couple of big things coming up, including the final 3 games of their weekend series or week series, and the 6-game series in minor league baseball now. They've got
just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
It's wild, isn't it? It's a week-long series now. It's so weird. But they've got 3 more games and fireworks tonight, so looking forward to that, and we'll talk to him about all of the things that he's got going on and what led to the Nashville Hot Chickens. Looking forward to all of that and much, much more. Wade, how are you, man? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing great, I'm actually in Nashville, close to the Sound Stadium, and so we're broadcasting even more remote, I guess, potentially today. But going to be a good weekend. Got a little rain trickling in, but I think we're going to be all right and should have a good weekend. Looking forward to some NBA coming up on Sunday with the Grizz, obviously, and looking forward to closing it out with a good show with you. It's been a blast all week, partner.
Well, I appreciate that you've enjoyed your time here. We've appreciated having you, and I'm sure you will be in and around throughout the remainder of the tenure of this show, I presume. As long as they'll have us. They haven't kicked us off yet, Wade, so that's
the old saying.
Yeah,
we'll do it until they kick us off, right?
That's right. Well, until they say you can't do it anymore. And so here we are, plenty to get to. But before we do anything else, we do have to, of course, get you yesterday's results and this incredibly exciting schedule for the week on the Rundown.
This is the Rundown.
Friday Rundown is brought to you by Chip Walters of Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates. The voice of the Blue Raiders also wants to be your trusted advisor in real estate. Contact Chip at 615-542-1915 or just visit his website, choosechip.net. Chip Walters, proud to support youth sports across Middle Tennessee.
Buckle up, folks. To the diamond we go. Baseball results coming in from yesterday. Martin Luther King, a 14-0 win over Antioch. Webb School and Blanks BGA 4-0. Summit 15, Columbia 1. Columbia Academy wins a nice game versus Summertown 12-8. It was CPA 5, MBA 4. Creekwood was a 5-3 winner over Fairview. DCA was shut out. Middle Tennessee Christian with a 12-0 win yesterday versus DCA. Dixon County, 9, and Waverly 4. Culleoka with a nice win, 6-3 versus East Hickman. East Robertson knocks off Trailsdale County by a count of 13-4. The Tennessee Heat knock off Eazell Harding 6-5. Giles County, we had Dustin Hill on the show yesterday. The Bobcats got a nice win, 7-2 at Forest. Good win for GCHS. Centennial 3-2 in a nice win yesterday. Friendship Christian 7, Franklin Road Academy 6. Gallatin wins 18-1 versus Clarksville Northwest. It was Good Pasture 13, Rossview 0. Cornersville was a 15-4 winner over Hampshire. Harpeth takes care of Hickman County 11-7. Hillsboro a 13-3 winner versus Hillwood. Hume Fogg 14, Hunters Lane 0. It was Lewis County 6, Fairview 2. Lipscomb Academy wins a one-run ball game versus Father Rhine, 8-7 your final there. It was Clarksville 15, Montgomery Central 0. Murfreesboro Central Magnet blanks Mount Pleasant by a count of 7-0. Oakland also blanks Blackman 3-0. And Santa Fe knocks off Perry County, a real tight ball game, 1-0 the final there. Perry County would win another game, it looks like, a doubleheader, 11-5. So Santa Fe first one, Perry County second one. Richland with a nice win. The single A Raiders knock off Loretto 8-7. It was Siegel 4, Riverdale 1. Spring Hill 10, John Overton 0. Brentwood Academy wins a high-scoring affair, 13-11 versus University School of Nashville. Final few games, Watertown an 11-4 winner over Westmoreland. It was Maplewood 14, Whites Creek 5. And rounding out your baseball action, Whites Creek 13, a winner versus Maplewoods 5.
Softball action, Blackman down Riverdale 5-2. Henry County a 12-2 winner over Clarksville. It was Columbia Academy 10 running Battleground Academy 14-4, and Eagleville doing the same to Moore County 10-0. Gallatin, just keep it going, 12-2 over Hendersonville, and hey, Good Pasture, another 10 runner over Clarksville Academy 11-1. It was Middle Tennessee Christian 8, Grace Franklin 4. Independence doubling up Spring Hill 16-8. McGavick downs John Overton 16-1. It was Loretto 7, Lawrence County 4. Summertown 13-1 winners over Lewis County. Murfreesboro Central 16-5 over Tullahoma. Columbia falls to Nolensville 7-1. And Siegel a 2-0 victory over Rockville. Wayne County takes a pair from Santa Fe 17-0 and 15-0. Smyrna 9-2 winners over Stewart's Creek. And Station Camp 6, Watertown 5. Back to you. Oh, yeah. Back to you, man. You go for it. Sorry, did you miss me? I got it. The boys soccer. McGavick 2, Beach 2 for a draw there. Dixon County and Columbia Central with a 1-1 draw. Franklin County 4, Zion Christian 2. Laverne 5-0 over Overton. White House 2-0 over Macon County. University School of Nashville 6-1 over Middle Tennessee Christian. Providence Christian blanks Columbia Academy 4-0 in Station Camp. 6-1 winners over Merrill Hyde. It was Major League Baseball action. Reds down the Phillies 6-2. Pirates 5-0 over St. Louis. Wow. And the Brewers took 10 but got a 4-3 win over the Padres. In minor league baseball, the Sounds extend their win streak to 3 over the Tides 5-2. And the Predators with a wild goal against the Wild in overtime, 3-2 winners.
Good win for the Preds. After a week, I finally figured out the mute button on this program here, Chris. Thank you for that.
Okay.
On to our baseball schedule for today. We get things underway with a couple of 4 o'clock starts. It'll be Hillwood at Christian Community. Also at 4, McGavick is at Hillsboro. 4:30 starts for these games now. University School of Nashville travels to Brentwood Academy. Summit is at Centennial. Milan is at Creekwood. BGA at Innsworth. Fairview versus Milan. Summertown is at Rogers, Alabama. Richland is at Cornersville in a 5 p.m. start between those two rivals. The Battle of Beaufort Station, they call it. Warren County versus Greenbrier. DCA at Middle Tennessee Christian. A doubleheader between Houston and at Mount Juliet. Ezel Harding is at Nashville Christian. 5:30 start times now for Westmoreland at Allen County, Kentucky. East Robertson is at Franklin Simpson, Kentucky. East Hickman is at Hampshire. Culleoka is at Zion Christian. Clarksville Northeast is at Clarksville Academy. Page is at Columbia. These are 6 p.m. first pitches now. Wilson Central is at Franklin County. Kentwood travels to Houston County. Franklin visits Independence. Collinwood travels to Mount Pleasant. Friendship Christian is at Pope John Paul II. Laverne is at Rockville. Forest travels to Spring Hill. Ravenwood at Brentwood. Montgomery Central at Clarksville. Franklin Road Academy at Columbia Academy. Covenant Christian, Alabama will play Giles County on the road. Giles County is also hosting Lawrence County. A nice doubleheader for the Bobcats at home tonight in Pulaski. Hickman County goes to Harpeth this evening. These are 6:30 games. Beach is at Lebanon. Brooks is at that's Brooks, Alabama, is at Loretto. Oakland travels to Stewart's Creek. And your 7 o'clock window rounding us out, Greenbrier's at Gallatin. Hendersonville goes to Liberty Creek. Smyrna visits Nolensville. Portland will play host to Springfield. And it is Station Camp welcoming Green Hill. All those games again at 7 p.m.
Tomorrow at Grace Franklin, you can catch them in the Admirals of Franklin High School at 10 a.m. At 11 a.m., Waverly's at Creekwood, and St. Peter's Prep is at Ensworth. Station Camp hosts Clarksville Academy. At noon tomorrow, Stratford's at Antioch, Howard's at East Nashville. Franklin Road Academy hosting Columbia Academy. Columbia Central is at John Overton. Well, they'll be right next to each other. Interesting. Centennial's at Wilson Central at 12:15. It's Fairview and Waverly at 1 o'clock. You can catch Clarksville, Northwest, and Greenbrier. Also at 1 is Blackman at Hendersonville. Liberty Creek at home against Rossview. Riverdale's at Smyrna. Christian Community is at White House Heritage. And at 2 p.m., it's Brentwood hosting Independence, and Brentwood Academy has Montgomery Bell Academy coming to town. Warren County is at Gallatin at 3:30. It's Christian Community against White House. That Christian Community at White House Heritage game at 1 is also at White House, by the way. Mount Juliet is at Beach at 4 o'clock. At 4:30, Friendship Christian goes to Middle Tennessee Christian, and Houston is at Dixon County at 5. At 6 o'clock, it's Christ Presbyterian at Page. Fayetteville at Santa Fe. White House Heritage at White House. They got one of those volleyball tri matches going on over at White House this weekend. That's what's going on here. Lawrence County's at Richland at 6:30. Mount Pleasant's at Spring Hill. That's at 5:30. I missed that one. And Lebanon is at Sycamore at 6:30.
Softball games. First, our Friday starts beginning at 4 o'clock. You got Middle Tennessee Christian traveling to Murfreesboro Central Magnet. Now on to 4:30. Ravenwood travels to Brentwood Academy. Page will hit the road versus CPA. Ezel Harding will host DCA this evening. Lipscomb Academy will welcome McGavick. On the road tonight, Franklin Road Academy traveling to St. Cecilia Academy at 4:30. Final 4:30 start, Columbia Academy visits the Webb School. At 5 p.m., Mount Juliet Christian is at Friendship Christian. Someone's going to play Lawrence County at 5 p.m. We don't have an official opponent there, but Lawrence County is going to be in action this afternoon at 5. Mount Pleasant will travel to Richland in what should be a pretty good ball game there. Columbia will visit Lewis County at 5:30. At 6 o'clock, Hendersonville is traveling to East Robertson. Marshall County visiting Spring Hill tonight. And at 6:30 this evening, Blackman is at Siegel. Lebanon is at Smyrna. Kind of a lighter schedule in our official listed games here. Columbia Academy, these are tomorrow rather, is at Franklin Road Academy. Doubleheader set to begin at noon. DCA will travel to Friendship Christian at 2:30. Couple of soccer games tonight and tomorrow. First, beginning at 4:30, Ezel Harding on the road at Cane Ridge. USJ will visit Clarksville Northeast at 5 p.m. Should be a good one there. Columbia Academy will visit Marshall County in a 5:30 kickoff. Also at 5:30, Spring Hill will travel to Valor Collegiate. 6 p.m., Loretto will visit Adamsville. Good rivalry game there. Watertown will travel to Jackson County also at 6. Big district showdown as Richland will host Fayetteville tonight at home. Westmoreland will welcome Macon County. Now at 7 p.m. tonight, Oakland and Blackman will get it on in a battle of Murfreesboro schools there. Columbia will travel to Centennial. Hendersonville will visit Christian Brothers High School. The Giles County Bobcats will travel to Page. Tough showdown for GCHS tonight in district play. Riverdale travels to Rockvale. Wilson Central will head to Smyrna. Gallatin travels to Station Camp. Siegel visits Stewart's Creek. Murfreesboro Central Magnets on the road at Tullahoma, and White House will host Laverne. Couple of kickoffs, early kickoffs tomorrow. Gatlinburg Pittman is at Grace Christian, and Hendersonville is at Houston. Both of those games are at 11 a.m.
Weekend series in college baseball starting today. Vanderbilt plays host to South Carolina, and Tennessee's over at Arkansas. Queens comes to Clarksville to take on Austin P. Indiana State will be at Belmont, and Lipscomb travels down to Stetson. Always a fun trip to Stetson if you can stay away from the beach long enough to play baseball. Middle Tennessee State takes the long trek to San Antonio to take on the Roadrunners of UTSA. Trevecca is at Cedarville, and Cumberland is at Lindsey Wilson. Tennessee Southern will be at Campbellsville this weekend. And junior college play, Columbia State's at Motlow State, or as Mo likes to call them, MIT, Motlow in Tullahoma. Jackson State travels up to Vols State. In college softball action, it's Tennessee at Kentucky, Austin P at Lipscomb, Indiana State also here to take on Belmont in softball as well. 100 Miles of Hate continues in softball as Middle welcomes Western Kentucky. Trevecca will be at Hillsdale for a doubleheader today. They'll go to Findlay for a doubleheader tomorrow. Bethel is at Cumberland for the series this weekend, and in junior college play, same thing, Columbia State at Montlow and Jackson at Vol.
Final few contests on our docket here. We go to Major League Baseball. The Braves will travel to Kansas City versus the Royals. The Phillies are on the road at the Reds. Cardinals playing host to the Pirates. Good NL Central rivalry there. The Brewers will visit San Diego over the weekend. And again, as Chris mentioned, the Sounds are at home, continuing that trek versus Norfolk. And NHL, final game of the regular season for the Preds coming up your way at 7 p.m. on Bally's. It'll be the Preds hosting the Avalanche on Sunday. Big one, game one of the Western Conference playoffs as the Grizzlies host the Lakers. That's set for a 2 p.m. ABC tip-off. And on Saturday, tomorrow, it is Nashville SC on the road at NYCFC. That kickoff is set for 6:30.
And that, folks, is your rundown. Could have been worse. Wasn't so bad after all. You're up to speed.
We got through it. Yeah, we got through it. There's a lot of games over the course of the next couple of days.
There are, and there's plenty to go around, and that's one of the things that I love about the rundown is it does tell you kind of it helps you kind of plan out your weekend. Of course, you've got NASCAR on Sunday as well at Martinsville, and that should be fun. But if you're looking for a local college baseball series to check out, I mean, you've got Vandy at home, Austin P. Belmont. Those are options for you. Of course, Montlow and Vol State are nearby. You can, obviously go to your local high school games. It's always fun. So get out there, support those kids, and we appreciate your support of the rundown as well. Again, brought to you by Chip Walters. Top story today, before we get to our next guest or our first guest, is the NCAA will be voting in 12 days to disallow baseball coaches to contact a recruit before August 1st of their junior year. So no more, potentially no more, of offering a kid who, touches 85 as a ninth grader. It's going to be a lot more difficult for a young kid to get recruited. Actually be impossible if you think the NCAA has anything to do with it. But I don't know if I don't know how much I like this. Obviously we've got guys locally like Ethan McIlvain, who committed to Vanderbilt as a ninth grader. Pretty obvious that he was going to be a potential Vandy target, considering Chris McIlvain is already there. But it's really prevalent in softball to see 8th and 9th graders get offers. It's not nearly as much in baseball, but it does happen. And I mean, I guess I don't know who they're trying to protect here. And the NCAA feels like it's trying to protect somebody, but I don't know who it is.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm scratching my head a little bit too. Is who exactly are we protecting here? Because I'm kind of like you. I don't necessarily think that we have a rampant problem. The offers are so few, so far between, and it's not like this doesn't happen in necessarily other sports. I feel like every other couple months it seems like we see an IG clip or something about a kid in 8th grade that lives, in Oklahoma that randomly is a football player that's already on, like 10 different schools' radar. And I mean, they're officially not contacting them perhaps, but it just seems like they're trying to accomplish something. And I'm kind of like you. I'm kind of scratching my head. I just don't know what the NCAA is trying to necessarily accomplish here, specifically with this baseball rule.
From our comment section says it's a protection of the kids. And I guess it's protection from the pressure. So once you commit to Vanderbilt, you're a Vandy commit every time we write about you. You're a Vandy commit every time you go out there. And if you don't perform to Vandy commit standards every time you go out, then, folks start to question your ability or whatever. And so I guess that makes a lot of sense. It is a lot of pressure for these kids. I'll agree with that. But on the other hand, I mean, by the time you're a junior, you kind of need to know if you're on a D1 radar, a D2 radar. You need to know kind of where you sit as a recruit. So I don't know. I think there's a lot that goes into it. Perhaps we can get back into this a little bit later during our baseball segment after we talk with Nashville Sounds General Manager Adam English, who is standing by. So we'll take our first break of the day and we'll do that. Adam English coming up on Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Back to the Lee Company studio in just a moment. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Custom Stone Handlers supplies over 600 distributors and suppliers with quality stone products. Along with River Stone, we produce and distribute over 100 building, landscape, and other bulk products. Our goal is to provide quality products, service, and partnerships to ensure our customers' success. We firmly believe that the measure of any person or company is how they treat other people and customers. Give them a call at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
With Lee Company technology, the best handymen are hands-off. Lee Company techs have been using visual findings and other smart technology tools for years to add transparency and virtually take customers along. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on a roof. With Lee Company, technology helps us help you, no matter what's happening in the world or at your house.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
Attention Tennessee homeowners, we want to buy your house. Hi, we are Real Property Solutions, a local real estate investing group. We pay cash for all types of property, so you walk away with more money in your pocket because we eliminate any fees, closing costs, and commissions. Now the best part, we can buy your house as is, meaning you don't have to do a thing to your property. You get to take what you want, leave what you don't, and don't even worry about cleaning. We close on your timeline, whether that's 7 days or 70 days. Interested in selling? Just give us a call and we'll come out to your property and quote you a cash offer within 24 hours. Please call 615-527-8750. That's 615-527-8750.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic service, and our Ortho Quick Walk-In Clinic lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Welcome back in Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We are in the Lee Company studio. I'm glad to have you with us again on this Friday. And at around this time, each and every week over the next several months, you'll get to know a lot of different folks from the Nashville Sounds organization. Last year, we were fortunate enough to talk to Jeff Hem each and every week. They're giving him a break this year, but that means that somebody else has got to tell us what's going on at First Horizon Park. And this week, it is Nashville Sounds General Manager Adam English, who joined us on the Real Property Solutions hotline. Adam, thanks for taking some time with us today, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. It's great to be here.
Well, we are looking forward to this weekend and so much more. Last year, I pestered Jeff for a good month, maybe longer, on Fridays, especially for those early homestands about, fireworks. And he'd tell me no. Fireworks this week? No. And then finally we got to I guess late May, early June, and fireworks finally showed up. But you guys said, Chris, you don't have to wait anymore. Fireworks from the get on Friday nights. That's exciting.
Everybody can thank you. I heard from Jeff over and over again that you wanted it. And so, yeah, we brought back fireworks for every Friday this year. It's always fun. It's always, everybody loves seeing them. And I just love the consistency of it. We tried some things kind of holding off until kids got out of school last year. But ultimately, it's something that everybody loves, and we're excited. Thanks to Fox for our Friday fireworks shows.
Yeah, Fox 17 always helping out with that, and I certainly appreciate it. It is one of my favorite things, especially with young kids. I've got a two-year-old, and she loves to go out there and see them on Friday nights. So we're looking forward to it. But a lot going on. Yes. Obviously, a big week for the Sounds so far. You guys have been playing a lot of extra baseball here recently, but it's always good. I mean, free baseball is never a bad thing, especially when the Sounds end up winning more times than not. So a lot of great
extra
stuff
baseball. Yep. We were 4 for 4 in home games to start the year. I think if we were going much further than that, some of our staff might start to get a little tired of it. But yeah, no, it's great. The team's playing exciting baseball. Honestly, and this homestand against a really good Norfolk team too. They've got a lot of prospects, but our guys have stepped up. Fell behind early, some good comeback wins, and it's an exciting product on the field.
Adam, my question. First of all, thank you for joining us today. But how early, or I guess how many weeks into the season are we already starting to kind of take evaluation of whether that be players, managerial, just as everybody kind of started to finally get into that rhythm? And I guess I'm curious, at what point do you say, okay, we've had a couple weeks, now we kind of try and chart our barometer and see where we go from here?
I think with Rick Sweet at the helm, he's done this for so long. I think that he gets to know these guys so well at spring training sure. First couple games, you're kind of getting into it. I think once they go on a road trip like they did, they came back, they're clicking. And he's so good at culture. Culture's such an important thing, both in the clubhouse and in the front office. We always, on the operational side too, we open the ballpark, never goes perfectly. It was really nice to open with a 3-game set so we could step back and assess and make some corrections going into the second homestand. So all of us over here, we're clicking on all cylinders, and it's going to be a heck of a 2023.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And having said that, as we kind of have moved along, first 10 or so ball games roughly, who are some players of interest that have kind of just jumped out to maybe a hot start? And Chris kind of had asked this question of Jeff a couple days ago. Who's somebody that's maybe going to be a household name by the time you think the end of this season kind of wraps up?
Man, the Brewers have so much talent. I mean, even you look at what Bryce Terang's done to start the year up there for the Brewers. He's really making an impact at Joey Weimer as well. Our top prospect, Sal Frelick. He's a fun baseball player. He's fast. He gets out. He runs. He steals bases. He makes great plays in the field. I think he's got a great shot. We got a bunch of guys. Ethan Small is another guy who's kind of made an adjustment from a starting pitcher to go to the pen, and he's had some really good outings. We actually through the first couple weeks of the season, we have the lowest ERA in minor league baseball, top to bottom. So we got great arms, top prospects like Junk, like Gasser. There's no telling. It's so hard to predict who's going to be a household name, right? But really, Sal Frelick's got a shot to really make an impact up there this year with a lot of homegrown talent on the Brewers.
Adam English on the Real Property Solutions hotline here with us on Main Street Sports today. And Adam, an announcement came out earlier today. You guys are once again hosting the Rock and Jock softball game. It will be the 3rd annual event, I believe, on behalf of Folds of Honor Tennessee. And this is just one of those things, and it's a Monday because obviously you guys are off on Monday, so that helps. But this is one of those things that just shows exactly what Nashville and the Nashville Sounds are about. This is about bringing together a community to support organizations like Folds of Honor, and why is that so important to you guys?
Community is so important to us. It's such a cool event for us to host, to see everybody come together, kind of kick off CMA Fest week. Everybody loves seeing, celebrities and those kinds of people get out. I feel like every celebrity wants to be an athlete. Every athlete wants to be, in the music industry or something like that. So getting to see them all come out, show off their skills, and have some fun out here, all while raising money for such a good cause, is something we're really happy to be a part of. And anytime we can bring people from Nashville, the surrounding area, out to our ballpark for a good cause, it's a win for everybody.
And then you've got guys like Riley Green, who, played quarterback in college for Jacksonville State while I was there. He and I actually went to school together, and he's a heck of a guy, but also he's a little bit of a ringer for that celebrity team. You got to be careful out there.
Yeah. Ernest always comes out here, and he played a little baseball back in the day too. I don't know who everyone, I don't know if they've confirmed the full list yet this year, but it's always fun to see those people come out.
There are some names on here that folks will recognize. Chris Lane, Brantley Gilbert. I feel like he could smash a softball. I feel like he could hit it a mile. Jelly Roll, big name right now in country music. Brett Young, Jimmy Allen, Mitchell Tenpenny, Ray Lynn, Charles Easton from obviously Nashville fame, but also a talented musician. Andrew East, Sean Johnson. It's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. And again, it is a Monday, and this is just another one of those unique things that you guys kind of do during the season. This is not the only thing that you guys are bringing in the Savannah Bananas, I guess
right before that. So, I mean, it's going to be a wild season. You guys don't just focus on the Nashville Sounds. I don't know how you do it. No, yeah, we do lots of special events. I mean, we had a wintertime event this last year. I think everybody in Nashville is kind of buzzing about the Bananas getting out here. They have such a big following on social media. To bring their brand of banana ball out here is going to be a lot of fun for people to see. Things like the celebrity softball, rock and jock, for Folds of Honor. We always look at doing some things out here that are unique and not just baseball. This is a great community facility, and anytime we can use it for unique things, we want to do it. Wade, I don't know if you're going to get a chance. We're supposed to have somebody from the Savannah Bananas, and we'll definitely make sure to get you on when that happens. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of other things that we want to get to with you, Adam, because you guys, again, you bring in these other events, but you have events for fans as well, like private batting practice. You can book that, or even working at the ballpark. That's a great experience, right? Absolutely. Yeah, we have private batting practices throughout the year. All the information is on our website, as well as firsthorizonpark.com. Working out here, I mean, this is a great environment. I mean, it's so fun to just come out here, be around the game, be around the fun. We put in a brand new turf wiffle ball field down the first base line this year that the kids can play on for free. There's something for everybody out here, and it's a lot of fun to work in this environment too. I mentioned culture in the clubhouse and culture in the front office. I mean, the culture of the Nashville Sounds is one of fun, family, and just bringing people together. And I mean, we won 2022 Minor League Baseball Organization of the Year. My favorite part about that award was that it's an organizational award. That's everyone from our parking staff, our cleaning staff, our ushers, our fan hosts, our ticket scanners, everybody all the way up to the front office. And it helps when you have a 91-win team on the field. And to have that kind of talent here again as we go into 2023, hopefully we'll win a bunch of ball games. Absolutely. And Adam, you kind of just touched on something that I wanted to bring up. I'd spent 10 plus years in college athletics at Martin Methodist, now UT Southern. And we had sent a couple of some of our baseball players, some of our sport management majors to you guys. And they just came back to campus just raving about whether it was an internship or, their first career opportunity. Seems like everybody just is giving you guys a ringing endorsement, which I think is really cool and kind of an underrated part of the experience of minor league baseball, is you're giving a lot of younger folks a chance to get their first potential real world experience. We love doing that. I mean, that's how I started in this industry. I had an internship when I was in college up in Lexington, Kentucky. And that's what opened my eyes to the business side of the sport. And the culture of minor league baseball. So, at the end of the day, giving people that opportunity. We're humbled. I mean, I'm humbled by the fact that people leave here and say they had a great time. But it's really a testament to our people. It's easy to say you have the best staff in sports when you work in here, but I truly believe it, and I think our people believe it, and that's what people leave here feeling. They feel that sense of camaraderie, teamwork, fun. We mix in a lot of that because at the end of the day, that's what we do. Baseball's supposed to be fun, and it is fun. And so, it's working in baseball is supposed to be fun as well.
Absolutely. And I've already gotten out to the ballpark myself this year, and you guys are being back at home. And I guess my question is, especially for Nashville residents or those that are pretty close by, if you're planning on going to a lot of games this year, to me, it would seem like you'd probably just want to go ahead and maybe potentially gravitate more toward like a season ticket opportunity.
Sure.
I guess I'm just curious what if you could speak to kind of what those opportunities still look like for the rest of the year.
Sure. We have quarter season, half season, full season plans. We prorate it down by games so that if you've missed some games, you're not paying for games you didn't get to go to. But there's something for everybody out here. You can mix and match the dates. We have set dates. You can exchange your tickets in advance if you can't make a game. That's where the most value is. But we're always going to have that $10 get in the door ticket as well. Get in, you can go to the bandbox, you can go sit on the berm, you can walk around the stadium. I think one of the coolest, most unique parts of our stadium is it is a 360. You can walk all the way around the stadium and check out. I mean, what I put our stadium up against anybody in the country. I mean, with the big guitar scoreboard, 9 holes of putt golf, the bandbox, ping pong, cornhole, all kinds of games and stuff. We have Pop-A-Shot Connect 4, as well as now having our inflatables back up for the first time since COVID. So we have a big giant inflatable slide, the wiffle ball field, I think I mentioned. And they're really, it's, we talk a lot about the product on the field, but at the end of the day, people come here because it's a great atmosphere and there's something for everyone, whether you got little kids, whether you're, hanging with your friends, whether you want to sit down and watch the game, there's something for everybody.
That's incredible. I didn't realize that that you guys had the inflatables back up. So that's exciting. It's going to be it's going to be one of those years where you kind of feel like everything's back to normal, and that's always, especially right now, it's going to be huge for obviously folks getting out at the ballpark, and you guys have no problem getting them there. So
that's a testament to Nashville and our people here in the office. I mean, we're in such a great sports town. It's the most collaborative sports environment I've worked in with the other teams. Tomorrow night, we're actually doing a giveaway in a collaboration with the Preds. We're Hit City because, you hit baseballs and Nashville makes hits, right? So we're Hit City, and we did a Hit City collaboration in Preds colors with their logos on it in a hockey sweater. So come out, the first 2,500 fans get that. And we're so excited for so many more unique giveaways throughout the year too. But it really, Nashville's such a great sports town, and we're so blessed to have the support of our community. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
sorry, those first 1,000 fans. I said the wrong number.
Those are sweet, and I definitely want to get out there early in order to grab one of those. But you guys, speaking of unique uniforms, how did the hot chickens come about?
Man, I mean, I think it's been kind of a trend in minor league baseball over the past few years where teams kind of take on an identity in their community. Mm-hmm. I mean, Nashville hot chicken is everywhere now. I mean, you go to California, it's on menus. You go to every state, it's on menus. I mean, it is something that this city has become known for. And so we really just wanted to encompass something that was important to the city, and it's fun, and we'll have a great time with it. And that's later in July. We can't wait to do it.
You know what the best part about that is? You're able to be something weird and unique, but also be the sounds, and you don't have to be and no disrespect to the Rocket City Trash Pandas, because it's a fantastic name, but minor league baseball names are getting goofy these days, but you guys are able to continue being the Nashville sounds while also having a little bit of fun. And that's really cool.
Absolutely. And we're excited to introduce a few others in the future, but we have such great uniforms, and it's nice to, whether it's our Copa initiative or hot chickens or something like that. It is nice to put something out there that will connect with the city. and be unique. But at the same time, you're right. We're not going to be the Nashville Hot Chickens 75 times a year. But it's also a great opportunity for us to promote local businesses as well, because we're giving out hot chicken passports and encouraging people to go visit all the hot spots around Nashville and go eat and support those local businesses and try out the best hot chicken in the world.
Fantastic. Adam English, General Manager of the Nashville Sounds, here with us on Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint. Adam, thanks so much for taking some time with us. We always enjoy talking Nashville Sounds baseball here, and we will see you very soon. I think we are broadcasting from the stadium in a couple of weeks, so looking forward to it.
Awesome. We can't wait to have you guys out here. And thank you guys so much for your partnership on our Sundays as well. We're so pumped to be associated with you guys and look forward to seeing you guys out here soon.
Absolutely. Adam English,
Awesome.
once again,
Thank you,
General
Adam.
Manager. We will tell you first that he's on the Real Property Solutions hotline once again. They will pay cash for your home, no fees, commissions, closing costs. They'll buy your home as is. So take what you want, leave what you don't, and close in as little as a week. Give them a call, 615-285-5970, 615-285-5970. When we come back, we continue baseball talk, may get back into that recruiting situation. And also, Braves are at the Royals, and they'll be without their starting shortstop. But, of course, a hot prospect is coming up. So talk a little bit about that and what's going on with Houston as well. All that and more on Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint. Back after this.
Attention Tennessee homeowners, we want to buy your house. Hi, we are Real Property Solutions, a local real estate investing group. We pay cash for all types of property, so you walk away with more money in your pocket because we eliminate any fees, closing costs, and commissions. Now the best part, we can buy your house as is, meaning you don't have to do a thing to your property. You get to take what you want, leave what you don't, and don't even worry about cleaning. We close on your timeline, whether that's 7 days or 70 days. Interested in selling? Just give us a call and we'll come out to your property and quote you a cash offer within 24 hours. Please call 615-527-8750. That's 615-527-8750. Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
This is Chris Yao with Main Street Sports Today. Every show, Mo Patton and I welcome friends from all across the sports landscape, from high school coaches and reporters to national, college, and pro sports personalities. You never know who might stop by for a chat. She's on Thinking Out Loud, presented by Regions, and Out of Pocket with Alyssa Lang. It is, in fact, Alyssa Lang.
I'm a little nervous. I'm going to lower the bar for guests now.
Oh, no.
Apologies in advance. It sounds like
SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey.
You got that radio voice.
I do.
It's a good sound.
Thanks for radio, too.
As do we. And then here's the other thing. You guys, you're spot on with the name. Everybody wants to be on Main Street. Everybody wants to be on Main Street. So,
and we reach every main street in Middle Tennessee, Coach?
Yeah, that's it. So
Perfect.
when you are on Main Street and you are moving,
you gotta love it.
Like you're moving. I was impressed.
I'm glad someone. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Friday, finally Friday, and we're free again. We got our motor running for a wild weekend. Little George
Yes, sir.
Jones for you. This is Main Street Sports Day presented by Mid Tennessee Bone and Joint. I'm Chris Yow. He's Wade Neely, and we are in the Lee Company studio. Don't forget to scan that little QR code in the bottom right of your screen there and visit Lee Company website to see if they can help you with your HVAC, plumbing, or any other home improvement needs that might need to be done. Wade, it's baseball time, and we just talked about going to the ballpark. The sounds really is, man. Especially if you've got kids who like don't want to sit down for 9 innings, that's the perfect place, is it not?
Yeah, I'm not a father, but I understand the concept of sort of babysitting almost. And when you can say, all right, we're going to go to this game, we're going to have a little fun, but realistically, I just don't have to worry about doing or getting creative with the kids for necessarily 4+ hours. I could certainly see the value in that, and minor league baseball is as good as it gets, because that ballpark is phenomenal. I've been a huge fan since it opened, and got to go last 2 weekends ago for their season opening weekend. And man, it's just a great time out there. And it's just like I said, something you don't have to necessarily plan for or think about. You don't have anything cooked for dinner. You don't necessarily want to make dinner. Boom, guess what? Go get your dog at the ballpark. So huge fan of minor league baseball. There ain't no doubt.
Okay, so let's talk about the food at the ballparks, because major league ballparks are getting a little out of hand. I don't know. Have you seen the Braves concessions?
I have not for this year.
So I've got, let me look it up. It's called the Closer, and it's a hot dog. I think it looks like a corn dog. It's a big hot dog on a stick. And hold on here. I can't. It's a beef hot dog wrapped in mozzarella whipped potatoes. So they put mozzarella in mashed potatoes and then fry it, and it's served with spicy mayo. That's I can't imagine even thinking about eating that. And then is that I have no idea. That looks like a regular hot dog, but that's a huge hot dog for a ballpark.
Yeah, that's massive.
Dude,
I will tell you that at the old Turner Field, I don't know what I was thinking necessarily, but I did try the TED dog, which I had to pull this up to remember it. It stands for the everything dog, but obviously you got the TED there, and it was a foot-long dog. I remember the fries. I remember the chili. I don't necessarily remember nachos. Jalapenos would have been added on there, if nothing else, by yours truly. But here was the kicker, and I don't really understand this at all, and it wasn't great and it wasn't bad, but they decided just when you think you've got everything on this hot dog, which is, I guess, called the everything dog, they top it with popcorn. Not really something I would necessarily think to add on there. And then you tack on a little Coca-Cola infused barbecue sauce, and you wrap it all up in a pretzel bun. And like I said, I don't necessarily know what I was thinking. I certainly don't know what I was doing spending $12 to $14 on it, but it was not horrible. But you're right. Some of these, they're having to get more and more creative, and I feel like some of them just are not landing necessarily.
So this is the one I'm most favored, the cleanup burger. All right. So you get the cleanup burger at the ballpark, and it is 4 grilled patties topped with golden hash browns. All right. Bacon, cheese, and a sunny side up egg. But the bun is a Belgian waffle with maple syrup. And it's enough, like each one of them is basically a hamburger on its own. So like there's 4 of them. So this is like to feed you. And yes, please bring that up. Is that Tracy? It is Tracy. So that's I love Tracy. She's great. But they throw the fries on top of it, if you see.
Wow.
And that is, that's massive. I love her comment too, that the burger is as big as her forehead. She's the trip. Oh man. But yeah, that's a heck of a burger right there. And then the Georgia BLT bologna, lettuce, tomato, pimento cheese, and garlic mayo on a brioche bun. That sounds good. I can get behind a little pimento cheese on a BLT. But it's bologna, not burger, not bacon. So there's that. I don't know. Anyway, hot food at the ballpark is getting wild. That's my point to all of this.
Yeah, and we were on a little bit of a roll there. I was going to ask Adam what his potential favorite offering there at the Sound Stadium is. I sampled. I had a dog the other day, and I mean, if you're going to go to the ballpark, you got to get the Dippin' Dots in a batting helmet, right?
Yes. So we on our normal set, we have one of those helmets just on the set because, of course, you got to get Dippin' Dots in the helmet or soft serve if you're a soft serve kind of guy. Now, this may be what we need to do. Actually, we may just need to go to the ballpark, buy a bunch of different ballpark foods, and then rate them as a segment on the show sometime. So we'll all get together and go to the ballpark and and give the Sounds concessions a rating on 1 to 10 and see where it goes and where it takes us.
I'm in favor of that.
Hey, listen, that's the number 2 thing we talk about on this show is food.
And I'd be real curious to see some of Justin's ratings. Let's just say that.
I'm very strict when it comes to helmet cereal / anything in a helmet. So
I remember, I don't know if they still do this or not, but they used to have the full size replica helmets with popcorn in them. Do you remember that?
I have not seen those in person, but I would love that just for the souvenir alone, right?
So when I was in high school, or maybe in junior high, and speaking of going to Goodwill, I would go to thrift stores, and there was this one thrift store near my house that would all the time get random teams those replica helmets with the brown thing that that had the snap in the back so it would fit your head. And I had like 20 of those things. I collected them, and I wish I still had them. They were so cool, but yeah, but it is all beer friendly cuisine. That is true, old geezer. All beer friendly, and that is very important. If you're at the ballpark, got to make sure you got the cold beverage to go along with it. Getting into a little major league action this weekend. Again, the Braves are at the Royals. They first pitch tonight at 7:10. And Vaughn Grissom is up from Gwinnett to take over the starting shortstop role after Orlando Arcia landed himself on the injured list due to a baby fracture or a small fracture in his wrist after he was hit with a pitch 2 nights ago. So that's tough news there. But that being said, this lineup here is pretty solid. Acuna, Olsen, Riley, Murphy, Rosario, Albies. I mean, not having the Boo Birds come out for Marcell Ozuna is probably the best part about it. But
yeah, some fans, obviously, they don't care who's in the lineup, just more so who's not in the lineup.
That's right.
Right?
Who's not in the lineup is the most important thing. So there you go. Did you see Javi Baez get taken out last night?
I missed it. No.
So Javi Baez, the $100 and something million a year shortstop for the Detroit Tigers, he was benched last night after basically a poor hustle, or no hustle actually, and a base running error that he thought there were 2 outs, so he ran and got doubled up on an 8-4 fly out double play, got him at second base. Just didn't realize how many outs there were. He was headed to the dugout, and so I mean, they took him into the tunnel and had a little chit chat with him. He comes back out, gets his glove, goes into the tunnel, takes his jersey, untucks his jersey, and then just dips. And man, I don't know. The poor Tigers are in a situation here, right? Because he seems to be checked out.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm pulling them up now. They're sitting there at 3-9, and obviously, I don't think a lot of people expected them to be very great. But dang, man, 12 games into the season, you're already kind of looking like you're throwing in the towel a little bit. Seems a little too soon. Come on now, you haven't even gotten into it may not even be warm yet. You haven't even gotten into the nice weather in Detroit just yet.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to figure something out if you're Detroit. Otherwise, you're going to look like Baltimore and Oakland, when it gets to dog days of summer type stuff. And Baltimore had about, I don't know, 10,000 fans at one of their games the other day, and it was against Oakland. And I said, well, they just wanted them to feel at home.
Ooh, yeah.
So, but yeah, this is a big weekend for both of our teams, but the Braves, who come in into this one with the best record in the National League, always feeling good. The Phillies lose to the Reds last night, and the reigning National League champs not looking good to the start of the season either. So better watch out.
Yeah, and meanwhile, speaking of the East, you just flip it over to the AL, and well, the guys just continue to do it again. Tampa Bay just keeps on plugging along. All right. They're not going to go undefeated, are they? The whole season, you wouldn't think. But man, 13-0, they are just on fire right now. They've already got a 5-game lead on the Blue Jays and the Yankees.
So it's the other two teams that have done this, the 82 Braves and the 87 Brewers. The 82 Braves finished just above 500, but they did win. They won the division. The 87 Brewers were finished 7 games back, didn't even make the playoffs.
Wow.
So be careful.
Not necessarily, we want to get out to a fast start, but maybe not that fast of a start, guys.
Well,
right?
I mean, it's like my dad said the other day. He said, every game you win in April is a game you don't have to win in September. And that's true. But you do have to win some games in September, even if you win all of the April games. You can't fall off the rails. And I don't think that this Tampa Bay team is built to withstand, the AL East is a beast. I mean, it just is. The Yankees are really good. Obviously the Red Sox and Orioles are meh, but they're not going to go undefeated. Obviously, that's ridiculous. But how many games do they win in this thing? I don't know. I'm also the guy who said that there's no way the Titans would end the season on an 8-game losing streak. And guess what? Look, they're not going to lose every game. Come on, that's not going to happen, right? Well, it did. So who knows? Maybe the Rays will do it. Heck, that'd certainly be interesting.
Yeah, the interesting thing, it's all cute and it's all cuddly right now. But if you're Toronto, if you're New York, obviously you kind of don't want to fall too far behind because then things kind of start to just get a little too far gone potentially. And I get the feeling, you're more likely to end up like the 87 Brewers more than anything in this situation, just given how tough that division is. But I love the comment too. Every game you win now is one you don't got to win later. And we're going to find ourselves, at the end of the regular season here. Guarantee there's going to be some teams in the wild card mix just thinking, man, I wish I had one more win here. Man, we wish we had one more win there.
I bet the Mets wish they had one more win last year.
No doubt about it. We see it almost every year. And the Rays, if they can build up enough of a cushion here, then not saying you coast, obviously, but you can survive a little bit of a downturn here, a downturn there. They've already scored 101 runs.
Jeez.
And allowed just 30. They're just not just winning, they're clobbering the teams right now.
They are. That is insanity. Of course, the Orioles are sitting at 7-6, just a game back of the Yankees and Blue Jays. So watch out, Orioles. But yeah, the Rays, man, I think it's because they went to they decided that their City Connects were going to be Devil Ray uniforms. So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
One thing I always think about with the Devil Rays is, The Rookie is one of my favorite baseball movies. And obviously that him pitching for the Devil Rays is so cool. But yeah, huge fan of The Rookie. It's one of those that I'll stop on anytime. You guys are a game and a half out in the AL West. Again, 13 games in, who gives a crap, but still 6-7, and finally getting a little division set here with the leading Rangers. Do you guys see DeGrom in this set?
That's a good question. I would presume so.
Let's go check it out and see. I can pull it. One thing I love is there's with one of the websites that I use, it gives you all of the starters for like forever. So Perez and Luis Garcia tonight. The John Gray versus Hunter Brown tomorrow. And Andrew Haney and Framber Valdez on Sunday Night Baseball. Sucks to be you. I hate Sunday Night Baseball.
I was going to say, hopefully we fare a little better than the guys down in Atlanta on Sunday night usually do.
Jeez, brutal for us, but hopefully you will, in fact. But yeah, missing DeGrom in this set, that's always a positive.
Yeah, we'll take that. Maybe, and obviously, to me, that just says now it's a little touch more pressure that you got to necessarily, you definitely want to win 2. Try and get 3 if at all costs. So
that's right. You got to take this series.
Good matchup in the Lone Star State this weekend. That is for sure.
Should be fun. All right, let's take another break. Let's talk a little SEC football, because I don't know if you saw the Florida Orange and Blue game last night, or at least the final score, 10-7.
Ooh.
Brutal. I mean, so much so that Billy Napier was basically saying, we're going to go get a transfer portal quarterback right now. So let's go talk about the rest of the quarterbacks. I guess we won't be ranking a Florida quarterback because they apparently don't have one.
Not on this partner.
We'll tell you where the rest of the SEC quarterbacks rank right after this on Main Street Sports, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Stick around. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net.
With Lee Company technology, the best handymen are hands-off. Lee Company techs have been using visual findings and other smart technology tools for years to add transparency and virtually take customers along. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on a roof. With Lee Company, technology helps us help you, no matter what's happening in the world or at your house.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, zioneagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's zioneagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Tennessee. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the TSSAA.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
Attention Tennessee homeowners, we want to buy your house. Hi, we are Real Property Solutions, a local real estate investing group. We pay cash for all types of property, so you walk away with more money in your pocket because we eliminate any fees, closing costs, and commissions. Now the best part, we can buy your house as is, meaning you don't have to do a thing to your property. You get to take what you want, leave what you don't, and don't even worry about cleaning. We close on your timeline, whether that's 7 days or 70 days. Interested in selling? Just give us a call and we'll come out to your property and quote you a cash offer within 24 hours. Please call 615-527-8750. That's 615-527-8750.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic service, and our Ortho Quick Walk-In Clinic lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Welcome back in. Main Street Sports Day presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yao and Wade Neely here on this Friday edition of the show. Man, what a week it has been as we get you ready for the weekend. And yes, Geezer, I bet Mo is enjoying a beverage. He just posted a picture about 30 minutes ago from wherever he is, and it was obviously very nice. Let's see, Grand Turk currently about an hour ago. So
one thing's for sure, Mo is going to do it big, and hopefully he has enjoyed every bit of his vacay this week.
Yeah, because when he gets back, he's got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. There we go. Hey, speaking of which, we have completely done a metamorphosis from the beginning of the week when you had your nice fancy dress shirt on, and I had my old school WWE wrestling shirt on. And today, my friend, you got a little WWE throwback right there with the American Dream himself. How about the swag? I like that, brother.
Big fan of the American Dream. I hate what WWF did to him, but you know, he was so great back in the Crockett NWA days. I love that, man. He was so nobody better on a microphone. Nobody. I mean, that guy was just fantastic. So anyway, want to go back real quick. We had a comment earlier about rumors that Bristol may be taken off the NASCAR schedule, and I don't think that's accurate. I think Bristol Dirt, they may take the dirt race off the schedule, but Bristol's not going anywhere. Just think that it's too important, and once they figure out the car configuration for those races, those short track races, Bristol's going to be Bristol again, and I don't think there's any issue there. So I think it's just the the dirt race, not taking Bristol's dates away. SEC quarterbacks. Justin, if you've got that slide, we'll take a look at this. This is a list of pre-spring rankings from On3 Sports. All right. And so they've got KJ Jefferson at number 1, Jaden Daniels, Devin Leary at 3, and okay, Joe Milton at 4, ahead of Spencer Rattler, which I think is interesting, and Will Rogers. And then you've got the 4 guys who are brand new. Graham Mertz at the number 10 spot. Clearly seems to be he's probably a little highly ranked at this point.
Yeah, touch overrated on this list right here, right?
And Jalen Milroe, I don't even know if Jalen Milroe is going to be the starter. I mean, there's a pretty good chance that Ty Simpson's the starter for Alabama this year, right?
Yep, and I saw a different set of ratings when we were potentially going to bring this up yesterday. Obviously, they're all different, man. Leary was actually number 1 in that list. Will Rogers was number 2. What I found interesting was later down the list, I think it was for sure Georgia and Alabama. It said, quote, whoever the starting quarterback is. They kind of just said no matter who it is, they're probably going to be somewhere in that 5 to 9 range. And I just kind of still, maybe I don't know if I'm just an ultimate cheerleader, but I just kind of can't wrap my brain around the fact that Spencer Rattler, this a guy that, everybody was just essentially signing off on as the number 1 pick. It seemed like just a few years ago is just now just kind of a ho-hum QB at South Carolina. Obviously still pretty talented. And maybe I'm one of the last few, like I said, kind of ones beating the drum for him, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him have a great season. And Joe Milton, obviously, I'm a Wolverine fan, so I know a little bit about obviously Mr. Milton. And the big question is, can he?
He's a different quarterback than he was up there, isn't he? At least
there's
based on
no
what
doubt.
we've seen.
That's been the interesting part is he has improved tremendously just from the few games that he's played just in Knoxville. And so we saw flashes of it, obviously, at the end of last year. And I've always been a fan of his, too. And so I would not be shocked if he comes out and really puts up some great numbers in that offense that was just absolutely clicking on all cylinders last year. There's probably going to be some little bit of a potential, downtick in production, you'd imagine, with as much talent as kind of departed. But I'm forever a Joe Milton fan, too. So Bazooka Joe, we'll see how high he can go this year for the Vols.
I mean, in this offense, if he can be accurate at all on, half of his deep throws, they're going to put up points. One name I don't see on this list that I think is a top 10 quarterback in this league is AJ Swan. As a freshman last year, he was really, really good for Vanderbilt. I'm shocked that a guy who, he didn't play every game, threw for nearly 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions, had 281 against Ole Miss. I mean, sure, he can improve, but I mean, if I'm looking at these names on here, I mean, he's just as good as these 8, 9, 10 guys, at least based on what we know. Carson Beck could be very good, but he may not even be the starter. Gunnar Stockton is down there at Georgia. I mean, they've got Brock Vandegrift as well. So I don't know. He played some last year, obviously in mop-up duty, but Carson Beck, is he just anointed the starter at Georgia? I don't know. But as far as the top 5 is concerned, I think KJ Jefferson really, to me, KJ Jefferson's the best quarterback in the league. He's the most valuable quarterback in the league, because without him, Arkansas's offense is dreadful.
Yeah, and I like the way you said that. Most valuable. He's kind of going to be asked to do an absolute ton. And I guess the other question is, how highly do you rate Kentucky with Leary coming in? Because there was a lot of buzz about that guy before last season really kind of unfolded. And I guess the question is, if you can return to some of that, you could be talking about maybe the best in the league. But if not, woof, it could get ugly in a hurry, right?
But the ACC is terrible, Wade.
That's what I'm saying. There's no doubt. And so if he can kind of put up a little production and kind of maybe show his chops and maybe revert to that true form, I guess, then yes. But otherwise,
but we don't know what to expect.
Can be really high. Right.
Yeah, we don't know what to expect because the ACC was so bad. And then, yeah, he was good against them, but crap. I mean, he's certainly played nobody near a level of Georgia, defensively. Probably not. I mean, you got to think that most of the SEC defenses that they're going to play next year are at least on par, but probably better than those ACC defenses he was playing last year. 3 is super high. I don't know what the deal is with ranking Kentucky quarterbacks to dadgum high and just giving them all this love. I mean, but that being said, if it were Destin Wade, I'd say, yeah, I mean, I know what this kid can do. I've seen him do it, but I don't know.
I was at the Music City Bowl. Let's just say Destin Wade, he could use a little bit of seasoning before we get into it.
Remember, bowl games, you have taken two things into account. One, Iowa's defense is insanely good, and two, Destin. Same thing with Joe Milton. Joe Milton's wide receivers in the Clemson game were guys that he had played with all year. They were all second string guys. It was Squirrel White. It wasn't the Tillmans. It wasn't Jalen Hyatt. It wasn't the top guys. It was second string guys that he was throwing to. So these are guys that he knows. Mm-hmm. Whereas Destin goes out there and he's been throwing to 2s and 3s all year. And now you got to suddenly figure out how fast Barry and Brown is. And it's not easy to do. So, and then of course their offensive line was again dreadful. So there's that.
I'm with you on that too.
God, they're brutal. That's why I don't think Devin Leary's going to be any good. They're so bad up front.
Anyway. I don't really have much of it's one of those, if you're a Kentucky fan, you got to be very cautiously optimistic. If you are just expecting the moon and the stars right from the jump, I feel like you're setting yourself up for horrible expectations down the road or results down the road, because I'm definitely in your camp. I'm going to wait until I see a little proven success before I kind of sign off on that.
My top 5 is going to be KJ Jefferson at the top. It's going to be Jaden Daniels, number 2. I think he proved plenty in that Alabama game last year that he can be a top-tier quarterback in this league. Number 3, I'm going to go Spencer Rattler. Number 4, Will Rogers. And number 5, Joe Milton. That's my top 5.
Yeah, and I'm not really going to I couldn't argue that too much. Just the Rattler, like I said, cheerleader in me can maybe sneak him up to number 2 right there. But I think that is a strong 5. Will Rogers at 6 on this particular list. Leary will be kind of the real question mark there. And I guess I'm real curious, what about these other guys? We've obviously joked at Florida's expense, but Spencer Sanders at Ole Miss, obviously kind of Ole Miss just had that great season last year, but couldn't, get totally over the hump. So I'm just curious where they are. And obviously there are a few teams we don't even see their QBs listed, like you mentioned with Vanderbilt a moment ago.
Yeah, and Brady Cook at Missouri, I thought he played really well at times last year. So, I mean, he's a guy that I would certainly feel like is an option at that level, in, the 7, 8, 9 level. But yeah, these are some of these guys are just, it's going to be they're going to have some prove it time. I mean, none of those 4 at the bottom have played. So, which to me says I'm putting AJ Swan probably at the 7 hole there, and I'm probably giving Leary 6 and go AJ Swan at 7, maybe even Brady Cook at 8, and then Carson Beck, Spencer Sanders, and then Ty Simpson probably there. So that's where I'm at.
Texas A&M quarterback.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, who is it? I don't know.
I was hoping you could fill me in, because I'm just obviously hearkening back to last year where there were such high hopes, and they just it seemed like a revolving door there for the first few games. And
Connor Wegman, who was really good against Ole Miss last year, but Ole Miss has a new defensive coordinator. Of course, it's Pete Golding from Alabama, so I don't know what that tells you. But outside of him, Haynes King, I don't even know if he's still around. He was the guy who started most of last year. Well, I mean, you know who it could be? You know who their starting quarterback could be? NBA product Marcel Reed.
Hey,
I mean,
I'd love a little local flavor.
I think, I mean, as far as talent goes, he's got the talent. I'm just saying, watch out. That he may be a guy that we see a lot earlier than maybe first expected. I don't know what Wegman's going to do, but Marcel Reed's got the ability, and I'd love to see him get a shot, even if it is early. So,
yeah, take some lumps. I'd love to see that. And I'm also pulling up Lane Kiffin, who obviously is the master troll of all things social media. He had screen grabbed the scoreboard from the Florida game last night, the spring game, tied 7-7, as you kind of alluded to, going into the fourth quarter. And Lane just had two fire flame emojis there, saying, hey, these are lights out offenses really going at it here. 7-7 in a spring game going to the fourth quarter.
I mean, I know that defense is usually ahead of offense, but come on. That's rough. Imagine if you had gone to that game and you're a Florida fan and you have to leave there and you're like, we're screwed.
You're like, yeah, what do I leave? Here's the tweet from Lane last night. You're leaving the swamp for saying, what did I just witness? And yeah, what sort of hope do we have for the future?
Do we have any? I don't know that there's hope for Florida fans this year. And I am very hesitant to talk trash about Florida because we'll go down there and get boat raced. But I mean, right now, Billy Napier is finding out that it ain't as easy as some folks may have made it look to be in the past. And you'd think it would be. You would think Florida should be, especially at quarterback, you should be able to find some.
Yep. And woof. I mean, and we know how many times have we seen it. Those Florida fans are a fickle breed too, right? I mean, you lose one or two games here, or get boat raced. Say the Vols go down and
if Tennessee was to go down there and boat race them, he may not make it out of the weekend. Yeah. I don't know. Look, Florida fans, I'm sorry. I feel for you, but not really, because karma, as you all know what she is.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah. Karma. Hey, real quick before we get into our final segment of the day, Moroccan footballer Achraf Hakimi is getting divorced, and his future ex-wife was very excited, I'm sure, about her half of his 1 million euros per month. But get this, he has 0 properties, cars, or jewelry in his name. 80% of his salary is deposited into his mother's account, who then buys it for him and puts it in her name. So he has 0 assets at all. You got it pulled up here?
I'm trying to find the
No, it's Justin's got it up for us.
Oh, let me head back to you.
Oh, this is fantastic. Good. 1 million euros a month, and she gets to court and realizes he ain't got no money because his mama does. Ooh. That's fantastic.
That's one of the all-time power moves right there, or finesses.
That is next level. Athletes everywhere fixing to start putting assets in their mama name. Jeff Bezos is going, I'm an idiot.
You don't need a prenup, I guess, right?
I wouldn't think. No, man, that's next. That's chess and checkers type situation right there.
Justin, are you there?
What did you say? Hello?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Is anyone there? You can hear me? I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Did you hit the mute button again?
No, we can hear I can hear Wade and I can hear.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
It's Freaky Friday coming in right here.
I can't. It's Freaky Friday indeed, right? Oh man. Let's see. Okay, you guys can hear Justin can hear both of you, but I can't hear Wade at all. So
I can hear you, Wade. Everybody sounds good on my end.
all right, cool. Well, continue.
We'll have Justin transcribe for me for the final.
I think we're good now. We're here. We're all good. I don't know what happened, but
Wade said that he wants to be a Braves fan now.
I did not, under any circumstances, say that. No Braves fandom impending. Justin, you take that back. After all the good times and memories we've had over the last week, you've just
the last 3.5 minutes we've gone off the rails. Oh man. Anyway, sorry I missed anything you might have had to say about the footballer there, but.
Well, I was just getting ready to say that's the ultimate power move or finesse, right? And you show up in court if you're the wife thinking, man, I can't wait to get paid. You know, it's like Scrooge McDuck getting ready to dive into the piggy bank there. And then, hang on, record scratch. Where's the money? There is no money.
How satisfying would it be to be
be him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, I ain't got it. You mean money? Oh, I don't have it. Sorry.
Don't got it.
Got no money.
You have to hit up my mom if you want some of the money.
Yeah, we live in my mom's basement. You just didn't know that. Oh man, what are you looking forward to this weekend outside of the Grizzlies? Anything?
Big weekend. I'll be at Nissan Stadium this weekend, where Luke Combs is coming to town. Going to check out Luke Combs a couple
Riley
shows
Green,
there.
Mitchell Tenpenny, and
Riley.
Brent Cobb will be opening.
Should be a good weekend. I'm mainly excited that after the weekend I had last weekend, that the sun is going to be out. Knock on wood. Hopefully is a pretty good chance of showers tomorrow, but it's not going to be severe. And so looking forward to that. I'd like to see NSC get back on the train, get a nice win potentially up in New York. Obviously the Astros versus the Rangers will be big, and obviously all of our local sports teams. Giles County baseball's got a big doubleheader tonight. And Richland got a good win versus Loretto last night. They play Lawrence County tomorrow in baseball action.
Well, enjoy your time. I know I will be. I'm actually going to be DJing a wedding on Sunday. Tomorrow I'll be refereeing a little AAU basketball. So I'm going to clean up the house. But obviously Sunday afternoon before the wedding, I will be watching the Memphis Grizzlies. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, man, for hanging out with us this week. It was clutch of you to join me.
Yeah. Thank you guys. And it's been fun. I think we've covered a lot of ground this week. You know, we truly went from preps to pros on most days, which was fantastic. So had a great time. And even we got a few laughs and funny comments from producer Justin along the way. So it made everybody just kind of feel nice and wholesome by the time the weekend was here, right?
I would like to echo Chris's sentiment about you coming on, man. You've been great, Wade. It's been great to have you.
And we look forward to more of it, especially when SEC Media Day rolls around. Should be a lot of fun in July. But we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We'll be back on Monday for Reaction Monday to talk about all the things that did happen over the weekend. And we will welcome back Mo Patton. Should be fun. Wade, you'll have to drop in and hand it off to him. But until then, I guess I will take over for Mo. And ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.